It is so cold. Hey y'all, and good morning. I am walking out here to do chicken chores, and as I was looking at the garden, I thought, let's do a fall garden update. Y'all, it has been so cold the last couple of nights. We've had 2 frosts now, and it's taken a toll on the garden. I'm going to show that to you. I'm actually working on a couple of videos today. I'm going to show you the garden, and then I'm also doing a crock pot meal that you'll see tomorrow. So I'm going to go in and get started on that. But while I was out here, thought we'd take a look at what's going on and talk about how the weather is treating this garden. When I was planning this garden, planning it and planting it, I didn't really expect a frost this soon. This is a very early frost for us around here. I thought I had probably another month before it frost. As a matter of fact, I saw where a meteorologist had posted, and they were talking about Montgomery, which is a little south of us, but they were saying this is the first time in recorded history, the earliest freeze in recorded history for Montgomery. I'm like, yeah, I'd believe it, because I wasn't expecting it. I mean, I knew it was coming over the last week or so. Watching the weather and whatnot, I knew it was coming. I kind of had hopes that the wind would blow enough that it wouldn't frost, even though I knew it was going to get cold. And that did happen the first night. The wind blew enough the first night that it didn't frost. But the last 2 nights it has. And spider web on my face. Most of what I've planted is hardy to the frost, but I had a couple of things like cucumbers and beans that I had hoped we would have time to get some fall cucumbers and fall beans, and it was headed that direction. I mean, they were growing slower because of the cooler weather, but there were blooms on them. They were headed in that direction, and Justin had asked if I wanted to try to cover them, and I thought about that, but I didn't really have the material here that I wanted or would need to be able to cover it appropriately. And I just kind of thought, you know what, let's just let Mother Nature do her thing. Most of what I've planted though is frost hardy, because it's a fall and winter garden. The chickens see me and they're ready for their breakfast, but let's take a peek real quick. So like I said, I've got plenty of things that are going to be just fine, like broccoli, but my poor little beans, not so much. Look, there was a little baby bean. If I'd had that extra month like I had kind of planned for, this would have been great. But you know, God had other plans. The peas are still fine. The Brussels sprouts will be just fine. The chard is looking a little wilted right now. It did the same thing yesterday until the frost really dried up off of it and the sun came out good. And then it looked better. The beets will be okay. The cucumbers will not. I'll just have to pull these up. Makes me a little sad. I'd hoped to get a few fall cucumbers, but it's not gonna happen. The turnips will be okay. So you know, like I said, I planted a fall and winter garden, so most of these things will be just fine with the frost. It was just those few things that didn't survive. And that's why, you know, I kind of knew that too, going into it, that there was a chance. And that's just what happened. Aren't those beautiful? Here's how our carrots are looking. And today, as a matter of fact, probably while I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and pull up the rest of the radishes that we've not picked because they're ready. Our lettuce will do just fine with the cooler temperatures. And then our artichokes. This right here just makes me a little sad, but it's part of it. And like I said, I knew it was coming. Our temperatures are going to warm back up, but I guess God had plans for early frost this year. And we're still going to get lots of great fall and winter food out of this garden. Chickens are saying, come feed me, come feed me. Just like Jessica over at Roots and Refuge says, I'm a frost tender flower. And I don't know how I feel about this weather. These ladies have been doing just fine though. Back up. We are still averaging about a dozen eggs a day. It may still be too early for any eggs in here right now. There was one they'll probably lay after they have their breakfast. I fully expect that to start slowing down. But as of right now, we are getting more eggs than we know what to do with. Oh, there you are, Hulu. I was wondering where you were. I was looking for you. Were you up there staying warm? Were you up there staying warm? A little ice in their water. I guess at 27 degrees that happens. How's the cold weather treating you? Just fine, it looks like. Hang on, patience. It may be cold, but it's beautiful and peaceful out here right now. I'm gonna head in, get warm, and get that crock pot meal going. Like I said, y'all see that in tomorrow's video. But I thought while I was out here this morning, I'd go ahead and pick up the camera and just talk to you about this unexpected weather and how it has treated our fall garden. Let you have a peek at the chickens this morning. I'll go ahead and show a couple clips, a little preview for you of that crock pot meal and getting it put together, but come back tomorrow for the full video. Well, let's go get warm. I love you and I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all. Before we head in, let's go ahead and pick the rest of these radishes. I think we're going to come back and plant something else right here. So I need to go ahead and get these up. Probably some more lettuce. You know what? I'm not going to pick all of these while I'm out here because this is one of it's one of his favorite things to do. So I think I'll take these in, and then after a while I'll let him come out and pick the rest.
Give me a reason to get out of bed. I need a minute to think, or maybe two. 'Cause yesterday I lost control and said some things I felt that you should know. I need a day to clear my mind and leave it all behind. It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight. Tomorrow I let my worries fade, let them sweep away.